Trying to mend the pieces of your broken heart. Want to make a change but don't know where to start. Let's go on a journey trying something new. Let's go on the road to finding you. The art spot with Iyanla. Talking relationships, getting down to the thick of it. The art spot with Iyanla.
Welcome to the final episode for this season of the R Spot. Don't worry, we'll be back. But we're taking a little break because we want to focus all of our attention and we want you to focus all of your attention on Iyanla Fix My Life, which premieres Saturday, September 30th on the OWN network. And it'll be on for 8 weeks. So once those 8 weeks are over, we'll be right back here on the R Spot, bringing you some more new and exciting episodes that deal with all manner of relationships. And I really hope that you've learned something from this season. So I just wanted us to take a little time and walk back through some of the things that we've covered. So hopefully that you can put them to use in your life to make your relationships all that you want them to be. You know, I've said it so many times and I have to say it again, that every relationship you have is only going to reflect the relationship that you're having with yourself. You can go back and watch that relationship, the relationship you're having with yourself. Because how you treat yourself, both within yourself, how you treat yourself outside yourself, how you treat yourself around other people, how you treat yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, it is going to be reflected in every relationship that you have. What you think about you is going to come out of somebody's mouth. How you treat you is going to show up in the way other people treat you. And when it does, don't get mad at them. Say, this is interesting information. Because as I said to you in 3 episodes that we did this season, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And those people are coming to show you and to support you in growing a better relationship with yourself. They're coming to show you what it looks like, and they're coming to support you in building a greater relationship with yourself. Now, I know it's hard when we see how people behave, when we love people, when we give them everything, when we throw ourselves at their feet and declare our love for them, and they act like park apes. It's hard for us to understand, what does that have to do with me? But here's what you've got to ask yourself. Why did I attract this? Why is this in my world? With 6 billion people on the planet, how did this person show up in my life? And the truth of the matter is, it's love. That people love you enough to take time out of their life and living to be in relationship with you to help you heal. Now, I know that sounds crazy as hell, but it is the absolute truth, because we are creating our life moment by moment by moment, and everything is as it needs to be. There's a line in the Course in Miracles that I love that says, nothing comes into my life unless I bid it to be so. You know, bid. I call it in. If it's here, it is because I bid it to be so. And the way I say that is everything is in your life by energetic invitation. So your relationships, your partners, your parents, your children, they're there by energetic invitation, because in this life, our relationships come to us, they unfold, they grow, they break, they crack, only to teach us how to love ourselves and others more. I hope you got some of that this year when we talked about cheating, when we talked about boundaries, when we talked about how to leave a long-term relationship. We talked about some fun stuff too. We talked about sex. We talked about dating after 50. So there's so much information that so many of us didn't have. when it came to building and growing and being in relationship. There's so much information we don't have about our value and our worth as people. So we recreate relationship scenarios, situations that prove to us that we're not valuable and worthy because someplace in there we're holding that thought. So we really do have to get over it. We got to get over those dominant negative thought patterns that show up in our relationships. You know, it's been very interesting to me, the research that I've done and the people that I've talked to and the work that I've done on relationships, because I haven't been the best at relationships either. I spent 40 years in one, and I don't know how much time in and out of another two. I'm slow. I'm a slow learner. I have to do it over and over and over before I get the lesson. But it's been very interesting, the things that I've learned about relationship. And I want to talk more about some of those things next season. You know, like marriage. People have a very different understanding of what marriage is now. And more people are opting not to get married, but to be in committed relationship. Now, I don't know if that's because it's easier for them to get out or if it's because they want to avoid the cost. I really don't know. But some of the things that people have said have been very, very interesting. Another thing that I want to remind us that we talked a lot about this season on the R Spot is about money and finances in relationships. You know, my father didn't teach me a lot of things, but one of the things that he did teach me was never lend money. If you don't have it to give, then don't lend it, because nothing will destroy a relationship faster than issues around money. And we've talked about that several times this season or here on the R Spot. So I really want to encourage you to get your money stuff handled. Get it handled. Get your money stuff handled. What you think about money, what your money story is, how you hold on to money or how you squander money, how it runs through your hands, what you expect from your partner, what you demand, require from your partner as it relates to money. I was taught many years ago that money, M-O-N-E-Y, my own natural energy yield, my own natural energy yield. Money is abundant in the world. And if you don't have what you need to cover your basics and to thrive, not just survive, then there's something going on in your consciousness around money and money issues. And it too will show up in your relationship. I know so many women who weren't taken care of by their fathers, and they want their partners to take care of them financially and provide for them in ways that their fathers did not. By the same token, I know many men whose mothers always took care of them. And so they have no ambition, no aspiration, and they're perfectly okay being taken care of by women. Get your money stuff handled, because once you move that out of the way, in order to move it out of the way, you've got to clear up your own internal energy so that your energy will yield and reap and call in money, wealth, and abundance. 3 different things. I'm going to do our spot about that next season, the distinction between money, wealth, and abundance. The other thing I got a lot of communication on this year that's really troubling to me is how we use children as pawns in the breakdown of relationships. I've gotten letters from men who want to see their children and the mothers won't let them. I've got letters from mothers who are willing for the man to be in the children's lives and he doesn't show up. I've gotten all manner and all sorts of letters. Beloveds, we got to do better. We just have to do better. We cannot allow the breakdown between the adults to become a crippling source of pain for the children. And I know some relationships end in very ugly and painful ways. But if you're a mother, you've got to be willing to heal with the dad so he can be in the children's lives. And if you're a man, You cannot afford to walk away from your children. You just can't afford to do that spiritually and emotionally, because there'll be a part of you that's shut down and it'll show up in all of your relationships. So let's get that handled. Let's do better. Let's do better. Another thing that we touched on this season here at the R Spot that I really want us to look at, particularly for us women, and that's how we talk to each other and how we treat each other and how we be with one another. You know, and I've been saying for a long time, and I've taken some heat for it, that as women, we're out of order. We are totally out of order. Our thinking is out of order because we've been educated improperly. Our emotions are out of order because we weren't raised and handled properly. And our behavior is out of order because of those two things, and the way that we see and approach and hold and talk to one another. We got to do better. We just have to do better. Relationships among women, we are responsible for those, and we have to do better. And it doesn't help with some of the images of us that are portrayed and proliferated in the media. And I have no judgment about any of it, but we just have to do better, because if we refuse to act like that, then they'll change these shows and they'll change these scripts, and they will present us in an entirely different way. So women, I want our relationships to be better, and I want us to be better with each other. I have another concern that has come to me a lot this season. I didn't do an R Spot episode on it, but it will be on Fix My Life, so be sure to tune in. And that is, how do men, particularly black men, how do they solve differences? How do they resolve differences among them? Because again, what I'm seeing in the media, what I'm seeing in some forms of entertainment, is that they cuss and dishonor and disrespect one another. You know, there was a major blow up between two young brothers that I hold so near and dear to me. I won't mention their names. You'll probably know who they are. And they had this incredible breakdown and warring over social media. So I didn't even know what to say, because I'm not clear about how men resolve differences among themselves without fighting and killing one another. So I'm going to do some research on that, and I want to get back to you about that next season also. So I think we've had a lot of information to digest. I know it's been a lot for me. I hope it's been helpful to you. Go back and watch some of the episodes, and also look at some of the previous episodes, previous seasons episodes. There's a lot of good stuff there. And I also found it very interesting because, you know, on YouTube, they show you how many views you have, that the lowest number of views was for the episode I did on children, collateral damage in relationship breakdowns. Had the lowest number of views, yet I get the most amount of letters about that topic. Children as collateral damage in relationships and single parenting. Go look at it. The numbers are there. You'll see it for yourself. So once again, I want to thank you for supporting the R Spot. Go back, take some notes, get some good information, particularly around our most recent episodes, the relationship inventory and the relationship autopsy. Do an autopsy on any relationship where there's breakdown, where you have upset with someone, where you're not as connected to someone, when you've had a breakup with someone and you're not in communication or in connection. Do that autopsy. You're going to find out a lot about yourself. And in the meantime, be sure to tune in every Saturday night on the Oprah Winfrey Network, 9 p.m. for Iyanla Fix My Life. Because this season, it's all about relationships. Every single show is about relationships. And the primary character in every show is a man. So men and relationships. Maybe I'll make that my next season. Men and relationships. Once again, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed these episodes. And we'll see you next season, probably around January. Bye.
Trying to mend the pieces of your broken heart. want to make a change.
Blessings to all of you sister women out there who are wondering how you can get to do some work with me. I want to encourage you to sign up for the Wonder Woman Weekend now. This year, Wonder Woman will be held October 27th through the 29th in Bethesda, Maryland. But I want you to begin registering now so that when you get to the final hour, you'll be all set and ready to go. Now, what exactly is Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman is an opportunity for you to come together, to heal, to grow, to learn in a community of like-minded women. Now, let me just say this. If you're coming to see me, if you're coming because you think that I have some magic bullet that will change your life, save yourself the trip. But if you're coming to do some work, if you're coming to find out how to move forward in your life, if you're coming because you are ready to do the work required to become your greatest self, then go to www.innovationsworldwide.com, click on the link for the Wonder Woman Weekend, and sign up today. You can make a deposit and work out a payment plan so that you will be with us for a glorious weekend that will fix you so that you can make all the necessary fixes in every single area of your life. Wonder Woman Weekend, October 27th to the 29th. Go to www.innovationsworldwide.com and hopefully I will see you there.